There's a great scene in the famous movie Godfather 2 where the main character, Michael, is investing into pre-revolutionary Cuba. The Jewish gangster, Hyman Roth, is very eager for Michael to invest as soon as possible. However, Michael has his reservations, as earlier that day he saw rebel soldiers more willing to take their own lives and the police with them rather than be arrested. This leads to the very insightful line about what ultimately dictates the outcome of a war.
Rebels, they're lunatics.
Maybe so. But it occurred to me, the soldiers are paid to fight, the rebels aren't.
What does that tell you?
They can win.
And when they eventually did. Now you might say this is just Hollywood, but remember, the Vietnamese did beat the Americans eventually. So did the Taliban. They were basically a load of desert people with rocks, and they did it. But how did they win? Well, in essence, when people are fighting for their homeland, it gives them an extra dynamic in battle. With this in mind, it's odd then that we're getting thought pieces in our mainstream media mooting conscription of British men to go and fight Russia. Apparently, top generals are warning that the UK's military is currently too small to handle such a conflict. But of course, this assumes something, that British men would be willing to go and fight in a globalist war. Now, I think it goes without saying that I, like my countrymen, would be willing to defend our beloved homeland if it were under attack. But it's not. And on top of that, why would people be willing to fight for a government like Keir Starmer's? He essentially despises patriotic British people who aren't a fan of the modern globo-homo society. I mean, what would we be fighting for anyway? More pride marches, more mass immigration, more Islam, more being told we're evil and not welcome in modern Britain? Those things don't inspire me, and I'm sure they don't inspire you either, but you do wonder why they're mooting this. Could it be a strategy to get rid of the warriors in Britain? Incidentally, this is exactly what's happening in Ukraine. My wife is actually Ukrainian. It's very interesting hearing from her what the top generals are saying on the front line. They know that their warriors are being destroyed while fighting for their country against their historic aggressor. However, they're fully aware that on the other side, they have the Americans who'll send pride marches into Kiev once the warriors are gone. So I ask again, what exactly are we supposed to be fighting for? Keir Starmer and David Lammy, the latter of whom can't even be bothered to wear proper shoes when he's in front of the global media speaking about the war between Russia and Ukraine on the world stage. It seems our leaders are totally unaware, or at least just don't care, about the level of fracture that's in modern Britain. People feel alienated in their own country. They feel the elite class hate them. Henceforth, I dare say many people are not willing to fight at all. These are just my thoughts, however. Do let me know if you'd fight down below, and do consider subscribing to the channel.